I was outside a little while ago. Some of the guys that watched me were loading up their vehicles. They are trying to kill her with that illegal war weapon. We're to get out and they're loading up their vehicles. We're to get it to a safe place. They act like somebody was gonna come get me. I hope they do. My head's killing me. Shooting pains are evident this big in the back of my skull. Abducted neurochip 12/21/18. There's a video in the case. The FBI took responsibility 3/13/21 at 2:53 p.m. at Altman Hospital. Under the case's name, they call it Karen's Will. After the agent that's supposed to be taking care of me. We're here for Karen's Will, the agency chipped her. Is that why she's here? A bitch looks me in the face. They didn't see one of the truth out of you, that's why they chipped you. I'm like, shut up. In the back, the doctor's there. I say I may have a chip. I didn't want to say I had a neurochip. He goes, to leave an agent standing there, some damn bastard neurochipped her. He said, we already know. They said it in front of people, patients, audio and stuff. Mercy Medical Radiology, there's a CT with dye. Shows they cut the wires and the crack. My ex was dating an agent's daughter named Michelle. Her and her dirty friends. Found out, I told you before, he had drugged me and told me to say stupid stuff. Had the kids have the mean game and pretend. Like Flora said, of course it never happened. Of course it wasn't true. We made it up, it was a game of pretend. Laughing. October 23rd, 2019. It's a documented mean game of pretend. Never hurt anyone. If you call the Massillon police or the courthouse, they move on to the undercover police, call the boys. Innocent of everything. Almost died to save my family. It's not funny that even the apartment building before mine, the second apartment, closest to the fence, they came out laughing. She finally figured it out. It was Dave that drugged her and told her to say it before. Wasn't funny when a guy with a badge showed up and took him around the apartment, said it loud enough for both parking lots to hear. Yes, they did drug her and tell her to say it before. That old lady on Fairlawn screamed at him before May 25th. It's not funny the church people broke in before, drugged her and told her to say she's a weirdo molester. That's not funny. And then May 25th, Wendy's in town. They were talking about it in front of my old client, Jeff, and a bunch of people in town. They're calling them bastards. And my client told Jim and Brian with his permission, Jim and Brian, that they knew of it. They've been down here talking to people that I was drugged and framed before. Because when I talk to my ex, he defends me. That's how sick this is. And that she's childish. That I'm good to everyone. I laid my life down to save my family. I almost got shot in the head driving, faced 6 stalkers. A gunshot night, had to hide not to get murdered. 6 stalkers, shooters, murders. And that idiot beating on me. People breaking in, stabbing me with needles in my sleep. The FBI don't use sodium pentothal. Why? Because your lie under questioner gets what it wants, right or wrong. Falsely confessed to all kinds of things. Spy flick stuff. And then it's lethal. And Michelle's dirty friends wanted to make it look like a spy movie and tell people they had that. While they tried to kill me with a legal war weapon. It hurt like hell when that guy had that chip. I was swelling, pulling the base of my head. Now it's just extreme pain. It gets better and then it gets worse. Everybody's saying I'm not going to live much longer if somebody doesn't help me. I don't have insurance. And they're waiting. Some idiot, one of those girls drove by. She won't live much. It'll be over soon. They want a blood sacrifice to one of their daughters. Dave was dating a Michelle, a Lauren, and some heavyset girl with big boobs. And me and parents will steal everything you have in life. They're the murderers. Michelle's mother, Memorial Day weekend 2019, food counter, Walmart. 62. For it's my daughter, her husband dates. He met her in Ravenna when she was having a stomach spell. It's for my daughter they did all this for. And for who's Karen's rich boyfriend, but the state of Ohio who protects her. Everybody said I had a rich boyfriend because I had the legal department protecting me when I had nobody. And she's mocking me from the food counter. Memorial Day weekend 2019. All white woman. African American man. Even Dixie said I knew about Michelle. I said the agent's daughter, the young blonde girl. She's like, yeah, I knew about her. They said that Lauren's still involved too. Waiting for me to die. They're trying to play North Korea or China or some other communist country where they actually do these things. Our nation was founded on freedoms and civil rights and constitutional rights, that the government would never hurt its people. If they want to talk to you, you have the right to remain silent, legal representation. And they talk to you like a human being. They don't treat you like animals. Matter of fact, in the United States of America, we don't even treat animals this way. We have more respect for animals. These people thinking it's funny, they teach their children to make fun of me because I was raped and tortured, an agent and a stalker involved between July and September 19. There's a video of it. I tried to get these people help and I was going to turn them in. And they raped and tortured me. They've admitted at Shine on 8/18/4:42 p.m. in front of people that an agent was seen raping her with a stalker. She can have anything she wants. Nobody showed up. FedEx, they admitted it was an agent raping me again at FedEx at 8/27/3:05 p.m. About 10 minutes before, 2 African American agents are stating he raped me because I didn't call 911 on the gunshot night. He wasn't mad at Dave for killing those men. They said, none of this is funny. They're actually dead. One man in town said he's crippled. I try to get him out. I've been trying. And they raped and tortured me and warned me to stay quiet. They sold the login across the United States. People have this for like a reality show. They sold it for $25 a pop. Did they have my permission? No. Did they show the money? No. They came up and told me they were doing it before I knew it. People were showing up and saying, Karen, you know this, you know that? And I'd look at them. They would admit to seeing me on the toilet, in the bathroom, in the shower. Different parts of the case. Even up to the moment when I left the house that day. People said they even taped the whole case. I had people show up from Washington State. A guy looked like Al from a Home Improvement. There's people from California. There was bad people from Texas and good people. There was a gentleman's club from Florida. There was several couples. There was a couple with kids wanting to take me home in Illinois, and then a single guy showed up and wanted to take me and hide me too. A little old guy that showed up to work security. There was people from Illinois. There was Michigan, Pennsylvania, New York, Indiana, Tennessee, Kentucky. Georgia, Maryland. And our nation showed up, and most of them were here to protect me. A lot. And they cased me with their cars and went shopping with me in the mall in different places. It was kind of goodness, the strangers I'd never seen. And like they said outside Shine the other day, nobody finds any of this funny. They're trying to kill her with that illegal war weapon. That's what's going on. And they said the ones that were participating in it, some idiot grandkid said they see me being weird with myself. That was Melissa's second lie. That they came upstairs and looked through a crack bathroom door. And I'm supposed to be going to the bathroom being weird. I'm like, oh my God. And I'm outside drinking water with Janet, witnesses thereof. And who's being dirty when you look through a bathroom door? What if you have to use a 5-minute product? And it never happened anyway. And then they said, well, you adjusted yourself with clothes on because you wiped off water with clothes on, but you didn't expose yourself, you're good. I'm like, they had no right. They had no right. They didn't have a court order to take me unaware. They had no right. They lie like crazy. They had no right to do anything to me. Wiping off toxic water with clothes on. You can just think of baseball players' bathing suits. You pull it out your front, your crotch, your butt. Baseball players adjust everything, so do guys. You wipe off everything everywhere. Dear God, I could sue them. You can't take embarrassing photos of people. You can't go in their home and tape them unaware and not be police and hired. They don't give you court orders to be perverts. Even my son Josh and his family could sue them, and Danny and his family. Because they may have pornography of them in the bathroom and their children. They don't know what the hell they're playing with. Let alone they stopped their tapes and had that ass fentanyl before, and the church people drugged me before. These people are insane. And they... I'm hoping somebody shows up soon. It comes up government chip on police scanners. Louisville police said something. She's got a government chip. A Canton officer walked by his phone ding and read off my information. Abducted 12/21/18. I got that in the back of my head. These people are horrifying, and our nation's disgrace of what our legal system and our Constitution that holds our country intact of its freedoms and our civil rights. And thinking that they can pay these dictators in other countries and take over and kill someone for their daughter to get everything and make a display and a public disgrace of our legal system. And they can't even blame those little lying brats. Yeah, because that Mercy Medical, you know what they said? The only thing they had on you was adjusting yourself. And the guy said that sick, and the lady said, the nurse said, no, it's funny. You just adjusted yourself. I wiped off water with clothes on. I came up in Rite Aid. You didn't expose yourself. You're good. You can wipe off anything with water clothes on, not everything sexual. Like they said, these people were extremely reaching. We know what they tried to say about her, and it didn't work. It's that stupid and horrifying. These people are insane, and the people helping them out, they have their children walk up in stores and say it's funny they raped her. They're teaching their children to be murderers and rapists. They have lost their mind. What's going to happen when those children are teenagers? They're going to visit them in federal prison. Their actions of today will be the consequences of tomorrow. See, I had a wonderful history teacher. Loved America. Loved the Constitution. He gave us each a little bit of the Constitution to learn. He sat us in an empty hallway and had the person that was to read a little bit of the Constitution in that empty hallway. And we each took turns of our part, and it would echo. It was amazing. Listening to your freedoms and what is endowed over each one of us and our children and our future children and our grandchildren, of what our nation is so great and wonderful. It impresses And it sinks in a unique idea of how to teach. Don't make the whole class learn the whole Constitution, but a little piece. And have the other ones recited in an empty hallway, a small voice echoing into the souls and the minds of future generations. Do you know what happened with the boys of that class? Several became soldiers and police officers. What do you think will happen to these children? They're thinking it's funny to rape and murder. They need to think twice of their actions. I love the United States. We have the greatest nation on earth. We load up our military. And when we see government hurting other people, we go in and invade the people we do not know or how and free them. We have the greatest nation on earth. We don't even treat animals this way. In that U.S. Supreme Court ruling of 2005, 18-10134, 11th Circuit, our U.S. government recognizes illegal synthetic electronic telepathic war weapons as an illegal strategy used by other governments for the so-called truth, mind-controlling chips to silence whistleblowers. It's heinous. It's also torture, assault. It's against all basic human rights and all human dignity. And they even sold the login to the chip. It's horrifying. And it's illegal to rate us worldwide. Against all human rights. Justice for victims of torture and terrorism was created out of that law. If the government ever hurts its people, it's gotta make